Okay. So asset beta and equity beta factor. So Modigliani and Miller, I'm reading from page 431 from our pack. Modigliani and Miller theory are used to demonstrate that as a level of gearing is in a company is increasing, assuming no change in business risk. No, I'm repeating that statement again now. We assume that there's no change to business risk. Assuming there's no change in business risk, the cost of equity increases. As your level of gearing is increasing, what happens because of equity now? It increases. Okay. This also means that as gearing increases, the beta factor of a company equity must also what? Increase. Now, if you can remember, beta measure what? Risk. So if you say that when the level of gearing is increasing, automatically the company is exposed to what? To risk. Automatically, the beta factor will also what? Will increase. Okay. This also means that as the gearing increases, the beta factor of the company equity must also increase. Since there is no change in the risk-free rate of return or the return on the market portfolio, companies that are otherwise identical, companies that are otherwise identical, except for their level of gearing, will therefore have different equity beta factor and hence different cost of equity. Number one, companies that are identical in all ramification except now when I say identical in all ramification, that's what I talk to now. I'm talking to their what? To their size, profitability, the business risk. They are all identical in all except for their what? For their financial gearing. Definitely, such a company will have different cost of equity because that mean that their cost of equity will be based on what? On their level of gearing, and that as that level is increasing, the cost of equity will be what? Will be increasing. Okay. Now, similarly, if a company change its gearing level without change its business risk, remember, if a company changes what? A gearing level without change its what? Its business risk, there will be a change in its cost of equity and what? And equity beta factor. Are we together at this now? That's why I say that when you are trying to appraise a project, and if that project change your business risk, automatically you must look for another work. Then if that business does not change your business risk but also change your work, financial gearing, you also look for another work. But the only thing is that the methodology that we adopt, if business is changing and if business is not changing, is now different from each other, which I'm going to look at very soon. Then asset beta for a company. When a company has no debt capital, now there's a difference between asset beta and equity beta. Mind you, both of them measure risk. When they measure what? Risk. My ball. I'm not talking now. Asset beta. What is meaning of asset beta? Asset beta. Asset beta. What is the meaning of this item? My ball. When a company has no debt capital, that is, the company is all equity finance. Am I talking? It has no debt capital and is what? Ungeared. Its beta factor reflects business risk of its business operation. When a company is ungeared alone, that is, no debt at all, its beta represents the business risk alone. Now, is the beta measure risk, abi? So, the beta is only measuring business risk alone. Now, this beta factor is higher for ungeared company with a higher business risk. If company A and company B, if both of them have all equity, that is, both of them they don't have debts, that means they are all equity finance. But if company A business risk is higher than company B business risk, then automatically the beta of company A will be higher than beta of what? Company B. The fact that they have all equity finance, but the business risk of this one is higher is higher or greater than the business risk of this one, automatically the beta of this one will be what? Will be higher than the beta of this one. So beta is actually measuring risk. So the higher the risk, but this beta that I'm talking about now is only looking at one aspect of risk, which is what? Business risk. Which is what?
Business risk.
Now let me continue. The beta factor for a company's business operation is called its what? Asset beta. If a company continue with the same business operation, its business risk will not what? Will not change. If you continue the same business operation, you do not go to any, you are doing the same business, and its asset beta will remain constant. Remain what?
Constant.
Now let me say for example now, for the past years now, let me say as we count now, I think we count 10 years now, that Akoli has been in this business of a ICANN training center, and he has not changed the line. Some people is operating in the same world, in the same business risk from the day one, because he has not changed his business operation. Then mean that he's still operating with the same business risk. Automatically, his beta factor as well as better work to remain the same. So if a company did not change its business risk, automatically the beta will also work remain the same. Now, an asset beta. Now, what now asset beta? Now, so asset beta looks at what? Looks at business risk, so that asset beta now. An asset beta is a beta factor that will be applied to a company's asset if financial risk is what? Is removing. They are basically type of risk, which is a financial risk, and what? And business risk. So if we remove financial risk away, and so the beta factor, that asset beta now, it's only measure what? The business risk. Measure what?
Business risk.
And don't forget, it is the financial risk that brings about gearing. Now, once you are gear, what are you doing? You are exposed to financial risk. So if you remove that financial risk out of the way, it will remove the remaining what? Only business risk. So the asset beta measure what? The business risk alone. Let me complete that statement very quickly. An asset beta is a beta factor that will be applied to the company asset if financial risk is removed from the calculation. It is therefore a beta factor that applies to the entire company or individual project. It provides a measure of underlying business risk facing by the entire firm, regardless of what? Of its financial structure. So once we remove the financial, the way any other finance, the business risk is only measured by what? By the beta asset. Now, in the last statement now, an asset beta is what? Is sometimes called unleveraged beta. That is ungeared beta. Hello? When I say asset beta, also means what? Ungeared beta. On what?
Ungeared beta.
Ungeared beta. That is a beta of an ungeared company. But another word,
Of an ungeared company.
so that if I should put it here, then beta equity of an ungeared company. A company that is not geared, then you have what? Beta as or asset beta. Am I communicating? Please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next line. Equity beta and debt beta. So we have talked about asset beta now,
Yes, sir.
Asset beta is only for what? For a company that is not geared, right? A company that is not geared. Sorry. That sounds better. That will be no mind them. Okay. Now, for equity beta, we have tried to expand more on what asset beta is all about. Asset beta is only measuring what? Business risk alone. So that means if a company is ungeared company, they will be talking about what? Asset beta to measure its risk. But for equity beta, what does that mean? Equity beta and debt beta. When a company takes out on debt capital and its journey increases. Abi,
Yeah.
you are all liquidity better before. You now go ahead and borrow money, and your what? And your journey increases. There is a financial risk as well as what? Business risk. So when a company is geared, any company that is geared, you are facing two types of risk, which is what? Financial risk and what? And business risk. Are we together? Now let's take a step further now. The cost of equity increases to compensate equity investors for their what? Financial risk. The moment your level of gearing is increasing, automatically your cost of equity what? Will go up. Abi? It's increasing to compensate them for what? For the financial risk that they are exposed to. Now let's look at something now. The equity beta of a company is the beta factor of its equity capital that allow for both financial risk and what? Business risk. So equity beta is actually measuring two. That is both financial risk and what? Business risk. Only pay when a company is all equity. When a company is all equity finance, that is on GLB, we should be talking about asset beta. Am I talking?
Yes, sir.
So any beta that you see in an all equity company, you are referring to asset beta. Am I talking now?
Yes,
so
sir.
when if you have a question and you are told that the company is all equity finance, any asset what you know is what? Is asset beta. Am I talking now? But when a company is GA, that is having equity and debt, then any beta that you see inside is what? Is equity beta. Is what? Equity beta. So because this equity beta, measure two things. It's measure financial risk and what? And business risk. So when the company is geared, that's what you should be saying. You'll be saying equity beta. Am I talking to the class? We are going somewhere. We are still good. We are still going to go and look at how we can link the asset beta and equity beta together. Look at it now. Now, the equity beta of a company is the beta factor of its equity beta capital that allow for both business risk and financial risk. The equity beta, this is where we are going now. The equity beta in an ungeared company, in what? When I say equity beta in an ungeared, what am I referring to now? I'm referring to what? Asset beta. I'm referring to what? So if you see better equity in an ungeared company, that would only be the symbol. The better equity of in an ungeared company is always equal to asset beta. Always equal to what? Asset beta, which I always denote as a BA. Now, look at this now. The equity beta in an ungeared company is always lower than the equity beta in a geared company because of what? There is no financial risk in an ungeared company. So at any point in time now, the better equity of a geared company will always be higher than what? The better equity of ungeared company. Or put it the other way around, better equity of ungeared company will be lower, Abi? It's not the same statement than better equity of a geared company at any point in time. So when you see a company that is ungeared, it always have a very low risk than a company that is what? That is geared. That's why I say that as your level of gearing is increasing, your cost of equity will be increasing. Why? To compensate them for what? For the financial risk that I just exposed to. Are we together now? Next line. The equity beta in an ungeared company is equal to what? Hello, it's equal to what? So for equity beta in an ungeared company is always equal to what? Asset beta. I'm based on where I'm still trying to analyze those data very soon. I'll bring them together now. So I want to understand that at any point in time, when a company is ungeared, its better equity will always be equal to what? To better assets. Both better equity of ungeared and better assets, the measure business risk alone. Measure what? Business risk. Third line. The equity better in a geared company The equity better in a what? In a geared company known as what? Geared better. Better equity of what? Of a geared company, also known as what? As a geared better. Is therefore higher than the company asset better, known as what? As ungeared better. Debt capital also has its own debts. Hello? I mean, you are told that we want to have three things: better assets, equity better, and what? Geared better. So debt also, they also have their own debt better too. So we also have the better of debts. Debt capital also has a better factor too, as this is a what? A debt better. Although this is a much lower than equity better. Much lower than what? Equity better. They have their own debt better, but they always what? They are always at very low level. As a matter of fact, sometimes we assume that what? They are zero. We assume that what? If a debt is risk free, what will be the better factor?
Zero.
What's the better part of the market? Eh? You go. One. If a better is going to say that one, what does that mean? The market. Okay. Now let's go to the next line now. The formula for the relationship between a company asset better, equity better, and debt better. Please, I've tried to explain what asset better means, what equity better means, and what debt better means. So there's always a link between those three better, which you call them a relationship. Now let's look at the link now and the formula. This is another formula that we'll be using day in, day out to analyze our cost of capital. Now, the better assets, which you find as what? Better equity of a geared company is always equal to the value of equity. Sorry, it's always equal to better equity of a geared company multiplied by the value of equity over value of equity plus debt post tax plus the better of debts multiplied by debts bracket 1 minus tax over equity plus debt post tax. Now, this is the equation that always tell us show us the link between better assets, better equity, and what? And better debt. Now, if you look at this formula, you don't need to give yourself any for carrying any formula. Once you understand that the better equity is here, once you have equity here, the value at the top, the value at the down, then you will start this. If you have a better debt here, the debt at the top, the equity down, that's all. That don't need to carry any formula. Just understand the link, that's all. So now look at this equation. If at any point in time, this better is referring to the better of an ungeared company, it means that if you have all these variables, you can remove the financial risk out of the business and understand and get the business risk alone. By doing that, you will get your better asset, which measure the business risk alone. And don't forget, this one measure what alone? Business risk. This one measure alone? Financial and business risk. Better equity measure financial and what? Business risk together. And I said the better equity of a geared company also means as what? Better asset. Am I communicating now? Okay, let's take a step further down. There's always a simplified formula. If you assume that the better of debt is zero, all what we have should be what? Zero. This is zero. No matter what you have here, everything become what? Zero. So that means that if you assume that the better of debt is this, then automatically our formula will become better asset is equal to better equity of a geared company times equity over equity plus debt post tax. That means so become what? Zero. So that means also become zero. In most cases, we will be using this simplified formula. Why? Because we normally assume sometimes that debt better is what? Zero. But we have to be very careful with that statement. Not in all cases that the better of debt will be what? Will be zero. Am I talking now? Some questions that whereby the debt you have is own better which you'll be using. Now, let's go to the next line. Look at this example. Classic company. Before I go further to this example, it means that if you have any of these variables can be found. If you have all the other variables, Abi, if you know this, Abi, you can get this one, Abi. Am I talking?
Yes.
If you have this and you have all the variables, you can also get this one, Abi. You can use this information to look for any mixing variables in this equation. Am I talking now? So now look at example now. Classic company. I'm reading for example 433, page 433. Classic company has an equity beta of what? 1.25. The question that you always ask from yourself is that when you have a beta in the question, but sometimes it won't tell you a better asset. They will say a better asset. It will just say equity beta. So it's not late for you to ask yourself, is the company geared? So if the company is geared, that means the equity beta is what? Is a beta of a geared company. Abi?
Yes.
But if the company is ungeared, that is what? It's a better asset. That is better equity of ungeared company. Am I talking now? So you have to understand that simple analysis. Now look at the two things together now. The beta is how much now? 1.2 for Abi. And the beta factor of the debt capital is what? 0.0. If you look down, there's the beta of what? Of debts of what? 0.05. So let me try to analyze on the board. So if we have better equity, I cannot confirm now. Maybe it's a better equity of a J company or on J company, but the better is how much? 1.25. Sorry, 1.2 and Abi.
Yes.
And you also have a better of debt of how much? 0.05. So let's now try to confirm the structure of this company. The total market value of share of Placid is 600 million naira. That is the equity. I'm trying to bring out the structure now. The original level structure. The equity is how much? 600 million. And the total market value of the debts, that is what? Debt. You don't know, 200 million. So that means this company is what? It's a J company because it's having both equity and what? And debt. But how much now? So that's our total value. That's the value of a J company. So no matter now, if this company is J like this, then this beta is what? It's better of a J company. Might have that. Now our friends, but it could be on J company or J. So it is the structure that will determine maybe the beta is a J beta or on J beta. Am I talking now?
Yes, sir.
Am I communicating?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the tax rate, tax, how many percent?
Yes.
So you are required. Calculate the asset beta of the company. Calculate the what? So if you have to get asset beta, that's you have to determine. Question. You have to sit straight and speak like when you do a question will ready. Yeah.
So is it possible to have debt better or something in an ungeared company?
The company is ungeared. How will you have better of debt?
So that means once you see the better of them, you already assume that they
I can't take it like that. You have to be very careful with that statement. You have to be very careful with that statement. So, Bobby, you have to be careful with that statement. You get what I mean now? That once you see the better of debt, that is always equity. Because sometimes you can give a structure so that you can be able to move them backward or move them forward. So you have to be careful. And so thus the structure will tell you is it debt free or not. And that so
Sorry.
yeah.
Maybe I'm not getting it right. You said equity better is both equity and debt. Is that what you said?
Now when you have equity better, it's measure both financial risk and business risk. I mean, that's equity better. Why asset better? Asset better measure only business risk. Now, we're not saying that sometimes when you remove financial risk out, you can also refer to it as equity better. But in that case, That means that this equity better now. You can have better equity of a share company and better equity of ungeared company. So this asset better is actually referring to this straight away. That's why we say that better asset is equal to better equity of ungeared company. So when you see the word equity better, they are also referring to asset better technically. If it's ungeared, that means asset better. But if it's geared, that means not asset better. So that's what I'm trying to say. So sometimes when you see better equity, don't take it as if it's a what? It's for geared. If the company is not geared, we also call it better equity. But that means you have to bring it down to what? Better asset.
So it means that equity better can either be geared or
ungeared. Yes. Okay, yeah, let's finalize this solution. So we have our data. So AY, you get my message now. So don't be so rigid and stay with that by saying once you see better of debt, yeah, that should be the sometimes you just call the question, even the better of debt they give to you, maybe for another company, you may not know, just think like that. So you have to look at the structure that you're looking at. So now let's now go ahead now. So go back to that formula that we formulated last time. Just now that we have just we say better asset, in other words, better equity of a share company, am I talking? Multiplied by equity over equity plus debt plus tax, right? Yes. Plus better of debt multiplied by debt plus tax over equity plus debt plus tax. So once you have this equation now, what are we looking for? We are actually looking for better asset because in this question we are given better equity of a share company, we are given better of debt, we are given the tax, we are given equity, we are given debt. All these variables are all available except this guy, which is what we are looking for. So therefore, the better asset of this company will be equal to what? 1.25, am I talking?
Yes.
Times equity 600 over 600 plus 200 post tax, that's 0.3. Am I talking? Then plus better of debt 0.05 times equity debt 200, 1 minus 0.3 tax, that's 600 plus 200, then 1 minus 0.3 tax. So therefore, but don't forget, sums on first, sums on net, they put them together, you get your better assets. Yeah? Yeah, let's be fastest figure out. So, Final answer?
No. For the first one.
For the first one,
yes.
1.0135. 135. The other one called 0.009. So better asset now. Better. 1.0223. Don't forget, better assets will always be lower than better equity. Have you?
Yes.
Of a share company. How much are better asset now? 1.023. How much better equity? 1.25. Always lower. So better equity of a share company is always higher than better equity of ungeared company. Okay. The number B says that we should do something. Recalculate the asset better of Placid, assuming that the debt capital is what? Is risk-free. That means you are using the smaller formula. That means you are only focused on this asset. That will be better asset is equal to 1.25 times 600 over 600 plus 200 bracket 1 minus 0.3. That will be times what? Sorry, plus 0. So what do we have? That will be better asset. It's going to work 1.0135. We have better assets. Are we together? That's what we use this formula for. Now, number 2. Class question number 1. Page 433. We are seeing on the better assets. Okay. A company is all equity financed. Is what? Ungeared, abi. And its equity beta is 1.05. The total market value is, no by them, that question is not correct. Not on the hand. To be a company is not all liquidity finance. It has a better equity of how much? 1.05. A total market value is what? 240 million. Total is 240 million. Abi. This includes debt capital with a market value of how much? Let's get the very structure now. The structure. The structure. The structure. If equity and debt, the total market value should be how much? That value of the share company. 240, abi.
Yes.
Now this is total market value, and we said this figure include 80 of what? Of debt, abi.
Yeah.
What we need for equity then?
160.
160, abi.
Yeah.
Now we are told that it has a better factor of how much?
1.05.
0.05, abi. So this better. Is it for G or ungeared? Geared. That is the better equity of the what? Of the geared company. Give us that much now? 1.05. Then it is assumed that the debt is what? Risk free. If the debt is risk free, what will be the beta of debt? Zero. Once your debt is risk free, your beta of debt is 0. Question, Papi.
Very random question. Is there a formula to calculate financial risk?
Financial risk. I do get this statement very well.
This beta of asset now, it's showing that it is the beta of just the business risk. So the other part.
That is this one, abi?
No, the first part.
Which first
The
part?
beta of asset is used on J.
It's for ungeared, abi?
Since the like if the beta of J is in the next slide, it means that it's the beta of J and
As Papi, can a company be established without equity? That means a company cannot have financial risk alone. Am I talking now? A company cannot have financial risk alone. So in their solution, you cannot just calculate financial risk in isolation. Either you have business risk alone or combine financial risk and business risk together. That is, you cannot be exposed to financial risk alone. Business risk must always be with you. Are you get my message now? Oh, the financial risk in the come. So at any point in time, when you say you are measuring risk, you have talked about to measure risk using variance and what? And covariance or the standard deviation now. Just that formula is measuring both financial risk and business risk together. Combined. So it's only that if a company is not now geared, it has only equity, then in that case you can remove financial risk. The culture of what? So now I'm saying that if you have to do this one now, if you have to remove, if you have to get this one, you can get this one. But when you are getting this one, that is inclusive for both business risk and what? Financial risk. You can put now. So so like what I'm saying now. So we talk about on the board. Question again.
So we should not be removing equity directly
I'm not doing simple math now. If your top value is 240, I'm not moving from one level to another level now. I'm not moving from one level to another level. They say company has equity of factor level of 240, abi. What I mean is inclusive of 80 of debt. What will be the equity? I'm just doing normal simple math. I'm not moving from any one level to another level. Okay. Are we okay with that? So now what I have to calculate? That's exactly the same. Calculate the asset better for the company. That's what? Better equity of a geared company. Abi? So apply the same formula again. Our formula again. But don't forget this scenario. Our debt is what? Is risk free. Abi? Then our debt, better of debt is what? Is 0. Okay. So we have better asset again. In other words, better equity of a share company, apart from the negative please, multiplied by the value of equity over value of equity plus value of debt to bracket 1 minus tax. Abi, this idea is what? 0 already. So with that, our beta equity given to us to be what? 1.05. That will be 1.05 plus our equity 160. That will be 160 over our equity again 160. Our debt is 80. Tax rate 1 minus 0.3. Then our beta asset using your formula please calculator 0.78. Don't forget, your beta asset will always be lower than what? Than the beta equity of the share company. That's why you are having 0.78 here, abi? How much have you having before? 1.05. So anytime your beta asset, you compute your own and it's not higher than this, something is wrong with your calculator. Something is what? So at any point in time, your beta asset here must always be lower than the beta equity of the asset. For that question. Now, this is where we are going. I'm with you.
So, if we should get to subtract the beta equity from beta asset, is that the business risk?
So what?
The subtraction, like the difference.
Difference between this and this
1.05 and 0.6.
and this should be
Financial risk, not business risk.
should be financial risk.
Financial risk.
If this one is for both of them, both business risk, financial risk. So if you now separate this one from this one, you can say okay, that's your business, that's your financial risk.
I wish I yourself financial risk.
That means okay, if you are using that, if that you are using portfolio theory to what? To break it down. That does it. That you are using portfolio theory. But the point that you are using portfolio theory to break it down. But the question is this: you still have to look for the weighted. What is the proportion of financial risk, proportion of business risk? Then you can use your portfolio theory to separate them. If it is for total, this one is business risk. Then you can get your portfolio, or you use normal small mathematics. But normally, SFM will only focus on weighted average. Okay, you can also do that. Okay, now let's look at this. This is where we are going to. Using the asset beta formula now. This formula, we will transfer by how do we use it? Now, the asset beta formula might be used in the following circumstances. In the following what? To estimate the project specific discount rate. To estimate what? Yeah, this class. I like the allusion. What are you there? To estimate what? Discount rate. What does Emma Ball? The asset beta is a beta factor that reflects the business risk of a particular business operation. It can be used to estimate the cost of equity that for a capital for a specific capital investment project, and so a project specific discount rate for use. To estimate the asset beta factor of a capital investment project, a project beta where the journey will be different from the company current structure. What I say here is this: when you want to embark on a project, okay, beta, if you can remember, we insert it what in campaign formula, have it? Yes. That is the return on security, the return of what? Risk free plus beta, have it? Yes. Into bracket return on market and risk free. So this beta, once you are able to identify a beta of that project, maybe you want to embark on the project now, and you can be able to get out the beta of the project. Without that project, you can use that beta of the project once you have identified it to estimate the cost of equity for that project. And don't forget, once you get your cost of equity, you can get your WACC. Have you now? Hello. Once you get your cost of equity, you can get your WACC. What do we need to appraise the project? Is the WACC. Is what? Is WACC. So you can use to get your no. Let's take a step further now. When a company is using capital asset pricing model, the cost of equity and WACC in the situation where the capital expenditure project will change the journey of the company. In order to estimate the cost of equity in a private company by comparing it with a similar public company. Now, look at this scenario. Once you have gotten your beta, you can use that beta to estimate your campaign, to estimate your cost of equity using campaign formula, right? And once you have your cost of equity, you can use to get your WACC. That WACC will be used to what? To appraise the project. But the procedure is what we are going to look at. Let's take a step further. Project specific discount rate. What did I say it? Project space. No, I used to say that you cannot use existing work to appraise a project if those three factors is violated. You can remember the factor now. The size of the project is similar, is smaller, so it's smaller compared to the size of the business. The risk of the project is the same thing as the risk of the business, and the finance needs of the project will not alter the financial journey of the company. So if those factors are there, you can use the existing one to appraise the project. But if those three factors are flat, then automatically you must look for another one and that one.
What about if it's one of them that's if
I say if any of those principles is flat, then you have to look for another one and that one. So now, how to look for another one? I think last class we talked about that. That is, if the business risk does not change, if the business does not change, what do? Look at the current level of the company, ungeared them, and now you gear them to the new level of the company. Because all you have there is your what? It's your work. But now, we are now want to pass through the idea of better project specific now. The capping can be applied to capital expenditure appraisal. The cost of capital for a project can be determined according to the risk of what? Hello? The cost of capital can be determined according to the risk of the project. The project I want to go and embark on, it will definitely has a risk. So the cost of capital that you must use to appraise the project must be determined based on what? On the risk of the project. If the risk of the project is the same with the risk of the project, what do you do? Don't need to bother. Use your word, SEC word, work. Now let's take the step further now. If the beta factor for the project can be determined, hello, the moment the project, you know the risk of the project, and the moment you are able to determine the beta factor of the project, to buy more, once you have the beta factor of the project, you will know the cost of equity of what? Of the project. Now, because just inside the beta in Kamu formula, then you know the cost of equity of the project. Now go. If the beta factor for the project can be determined, the capping can then be used to decide what the cost of capital for the project should be. Aligned for what? For its better and systematic risk. In addition, adjustment can be made for difference in what? In gearing needed for the project specific what? Discount rate. A specific discount rate should be used for what? For DCF appraisal of capital project where either you will use existing work if those three factors are there. A specific discount rate should be used for DCF appraisal of where either one, the business risk of the new project is what? Is different from the business risk of the company, either other business operation. That is, once the business risk of the business are different from the business risk operation of that company, you must look for what? A specific discount rate. Or the financial risk will be different because of what? Of financing the project. If the financing the project will alter your financial risk, that is, the financing the project will influence or will change your gearing level. That is, the project will involve a major change in the company capital structure. In that case, you must look for a proxy company. Now, before I do that, let me quickly analyze what I said last class and what I'm seeing now. What I said last class and what I'm saying now. Because if you don't understand this basic principle, then someone will you find it difficult to be able to analyze your question at any point in time. If business risk, if the business risk remain the same, but the financial risk change. Now look at one scenario now. If your business risk remain the same and your financial risk change, in this scenario, you don't need to have any headache. Your headache is that what is the current level of the company? That is, let's say, let's call it now, current level of GRI. I believe let me put it very better way. Current level of company's GRI. That is, you must get their what? Their equity, abi? You get their what? Their debt, abi? Automatically, sometimes you get their. Let me start from better now. You get their better asset, better equity of a share company is already generated. You also know their cost of equity of a share company, abi? You also know their what? Their cost of debt. Probably you know their what? Better of debt, abi? Probably you also know their what? Their work of a share company. Now, please, where am I coming from? I'm coming from the angle that these projects will not alter their business risk, but it will affect their what? Their financial risk. So you get this level. That was the fact I was telling last time, but those that Oshekini Kufilisi, you better put this in, and they once you have this, then you ungear all this. What do you do? You ungear it. Once you ungear, that's step 2 now. This step 1. Step 2 say you should ungear the current level. The current level. When you say you ungear the current level, that means you will convert this to what? To better asset, abi? Yes. Once you ungear this, you become better asset. That is, you become better equity of ungear company. You become better asset, abi? If you ungear this, you become what? Cost of equity of ungear. If you ungear this one, you have what? One of ungear, abi? Then step 3. Say that you will now regear all this again.
Do we need value?
Definitely, you will need, okay, let me say, in some instances, you will need the value. Some instances, that is the value of ungeared, abi? Okay, step 3 now. Step 3. Now, that means you must now get your current level of gearing after you have invested in that project. That's what we now, you have to estimate the new level of gearing. That is the new structure now, abi? That is your new equity level, abi? Then your new what? New debt level. So once you have this, that will be your new total value of the share company. Are you together now?
Yes, sir.
So if you have used the money to buy back shares, what happen? You have to pass through the value of the other. Or if you have used the money to invest, your equity has really what? Remain the same as what we saw last time. Now, once you have done this, you will now use this structure that you have here. So this on GR level now, you now reject them using this one, this new structure. That means you'll be getting what? Better equity of a GR company, abi?
Yes, sir.
You'll be getting cost of equity of a GR company. You'll be getting a what? Work. So this is the work that you need to what? To finance the project. Am I talking now?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is the procedure that will pass through when the company business risk does not change. But the moment the company business risk change, that in the project will affect the company business operation, then you don't pass through this procedure. You know what? Then the principle is that you must look for a company that is doing that business that you are going to. For example, now you are having hotel business presently, and you are now thinking of go ahead and embark on transportation business. Am I talking now? Transportation business will change your business operation, right?
Yes.
So if you are to operate out transportation business, to start with, you must identify a proxy company, that is a company that is already in that industry, well-established company in that industry. You get their information. So I'm going to read now, then I will analyze it again. Now, a proxy company. To calculate a suitable cost of capital to use in DCF analysis for a specific project where business risk is different from the company normal operations. This first step is to what? Is to estimate the what? The business risk. Now, where or still whereby your business risk change. Hello? Where your business risk change and technically your financial risk also what? Also change. Both changing. Am I talking now?
Yes, sir.
Then the principle is that you don't start at your current level of journey. You don't do what? No, don't do that. What you have to do is to get the information about the process company. About what?
The process company.
That's your step one. The process company. Hope you are seeing the difference now. Hope you are seeing the difference. Alaja, have you seen the difference? Alaja, Zainobu. When your business risk is changing, your starting point is to identify a company that is well established in that industry. That once you get the company, then you have to get all the information about the company. The same thing like as if you are starting from the level. You get their equity, their debts, all the information, that is their better equity, their cost of debt, better of debt, and the work of debt of that cruising company. You get all their information ready. And once you have got the information like this, that's you now ungear them. You do what?
We ungear them.
By ungearing them now, you are bringing the company down to the level of business risk alone. Abi? Because the growth company is what? It's already geared, abi? So you are trying to remove the journey. Okay, if I'm using you as a basis now, what makes all difference is that you are finance, you are gearing, and so if I'm removing gearing, I'm bringing us to the same level of what? Business, because apart from the gearing level, all of you are operating the same business risk, abi? So therefore, by ungear them to this level, you have the better the asset of ungeared, you have cost of wisdom ungeared, you have the work of ungeared, you also have the value of what? Ungeared. That means you are bringing them to the level of business risk alone. And once you are bringing them to the level of business risk alone now, what next is that you now what? You now regear them to this level. At the new level of gearing, which you have what? This information, that is the work that you will need to work to finance the project. Now, let me ask something. How you move depends on the question and the situation on ground. How you move from one level to another level, another level to another level, depends on the situation on ground. If your processing company is on J company, the product that you identify, am I talking now?
Yes, sir.
If it's on J company, that means the information we give to you will be what? Will be the company, everything will be this automatically.
Yes.
I mean now,
Yes.
do you need to ungear this again?
No.
So that means already at what? At the business risk alone. Then what you have to do now from here straight away, you share to the new level of the company's journey. Am I talking?
Yes, sir.
Let us assume again that the process company is geared. Am I talking? You get information like this, abi? What do you do straight away? You will gear, abi? If after the project, the company in question is all liquidity finance. After the project, before the project, I'm all liquidity. Abi? I'm all liquidity finance. Then after the project, after I've embarked on the project, I'm still all liquidity finance. The only thing, the factor is that the project will affect my business risk. So I have to look for a processing company, abi? Now, once I look at the processing company, the first thing is that I will do what? I will ungear it. But don't forget that this company is what? Ungeared. Do I need to ungear this again? So at this point in time, this is my work, abi? All I will do is project. Am I talking? So you have to, because there are a lot of situations where we are going to look at one after the other. One after the other. Because about by say about no, but it's the situation of brand that will determine the way you move. I'm telling you now that if the process company is that you have identified is all equity finance, you don't need to what? To ungear. You don't ungear what's already ungear. So normally that means that the better asset is given to you already. That becomes already or what? At ungear level. Process company. So from there, what you don't do away, you move to what? To this level. Number two, if the process company is geared, but the company in question, before the project ungeared, after the project ungeared, abi? So once you ungear the process company to this level, you don't need to ungear anything again because already the company is ungeared. So the information you have here, that's what you have to use to work to determine your work. Your work. Am I talking now?
Yes,
Am I communicating now? Okay. Now, another scenario is this. If you want to embark on a project, how you finance the project matters. It what?
it matters.
Now, you will have the process company, you ungear it, you will now re-gear it at the new level of gearing. Now, the question always like this. The question is always like this. So, they will tell you that, okay, this company want to embark on a project. And this project is having business risk that is different from the existing business. They will give you the original level of the company presently before the project. Am I communicating now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The information is that they will give us the original level of gearing. For the company itself, they will give us the equity. Am I talking, please?
Yes, sir.
They will give us its debts like this. They will even give you the better equity of the gear company. They will even give you the work of the gear company. They will also give us the what? Cost of equity of what? Of the gear company. They will also give us the what? The cost of debts. Now, please don't forget that this project is having different business risk. And then in that situation, you don't need this. You don't need what?
We don't need that one.
You need that. Hello?
Ah,
You don't do what? But the question will what? They will give to you just to convince you. Am I talking precise? So if the business risk will change, and financial risk will also what? Change, you don't need the original level of gearing. But if it were to be before, if the business risk remain the same, where do you start from?
the original level.
That's where you need this one. Hope you are getting the different now. Come again to where? Google let people come again. If the business risk change, you don't need the original level of gearing. Oh, you need the for anything. You don't need for anything. Or if the business risk remain the same, your starting point is where is for original level of gearing. So it's from this level, Abi, that you move to step 2, Abi, I will now go to this level, Abi. But if the business risk change, then what are you looking for? Physical. And I'm not telling you that in a real question, either the business risk change you or it does not change you, we will give you this. That is before the project, this is the company structure. He will tell you. So you must know which one are you looking for. Am I talking now? Now, next is this. They will give us the original level of gearing. They will give us the original about the process company in that industry. Abi? They will not give us that project in question. That project in question. The finance mix. Finance mix. That is, if the project requires 2 million naira, how are they going to finance this project? Am I talking? How they are going to finance it? How much of equity of the project now that is how much of the equity, the how much of what of the debt? Am I talking? So they can say, okay, equity 50, debt 50. That is financing of that project. They can also give us the structure of the company, the structure of the company after the project. That is, after they have embarked on the project, the equity of the company and what and the debt of the company. Now,